Often in the Bible you will find events, for lack of a better term, where the reality of the Jewish era God is made evident to doubters through acts of miracles. In some instances, the reality of their God is made evident by the conquests that are successful, like in the conquest of Canaan. Ignoring how this is a clear falsifiability test that in modern day is utterly disdained by many church leaders, this mentality of utility should present an obvious problem for any faith, making the assertion that the object of their belief has any sort of significance influence in reality, history, or physical phenomenon. In the spirit of Halloween and the occult, let's see how it all breaks down. By asking ourselves, should we apply the earlier biblical demand for evidence, why witches fail consistently?
The ideal video structure may be lost on me, but I am of the opinion I cook quite well. So bear with the voice of the AI currently being used. Now for a bit of lore, I am actually originally from a country within 20,000 kilometers from Africa. So there is incentive for me to focus on Africa and branch off to other cultures globally. I will most likely have a lot of fun making this video. I hope you enjoy watching it. Before we get into things with further detail, I want to explain my inconsistencies with my upload schedule. I don't have a formal upload schedule, also.
We only 2 weeks into this damn thing and I'm ready to give up!
It is actually not very easy to write scripts, edit, and push them out. So I will be using some RE to partially help with the editing, so I can continue to improve my editing as the channel grows. Now, for the meat and potatoes.
Many practitioners argue that free will plays a significant role in the effectiveness of spells or rituals. They contend that individuals have the power to choose their paths, and thus even a well-cast spell may not work if the intended target or situation has been influenced by free will. Practitioners often emphasize the importance of personal energy, intent, and focus in the effectiveness of their rituals. If a witch is not fully committed or emotionally invested in their practice, the results may be weak or non-existent. This highlights the subjective nature of their craft. Many believe in the significance of timing in spell work, citing astrological conditions or lunar phases that can enhance or diminish the effectiveness of a spell. A poorly timed spell may simply fail to yield results. Some practitioners blame external factors for unsuccessful spells, such as negative energy and the environment interference from others, or even a lack of proper materials. They may suggest that the surrounding energy must be conducive to the spell's success. Some witches believe in a karmic balance, where negative intentions or unethical practices can lead to repercussions. If a spell is cast with harmful intent, it may backfire, resulting in failure or negative outcomes for the practitioner. Practitioners may attribute failures to a lack of understanding or experience with the craft. They might suggest that more study, practice, or refinement of techniques is necessary to achieve desired results. Believers often argue that skepticism, doubt, or disbelief from the practitioner or the target can hinder the effectiveness of spells. The power of belief is considered vital, and if doubt is present, it may negate the intended outcomes. Some practitioners may invoke the idea that a higher power or divine will is at play. They might believe that the universe has a plan, or that a higher spiritual authority determines whether a spell is appropriate or beneficial. In some traditions, practitioners are encouraged to reflect on their own motivations and desires. A failure might prompt self-examination, leading to the belief that the witch must grow or change before the spell can work effectively.
I was thinking of overlaying the rebuttal along with the points. But I would literally be arguing with myself, something that is not very productive. Rather, I would like you all to actually consider the points being raised independently from my opinion first, and then consider what I have to say while your mind is open to both sides.
then there should be no problem proving witchcraft is real via willing participants. It's never been empirically demonstrated, so unfortunately there isn't sound reason to believe this is a real factor. This is kind of why I brought Africa up, not to get lost in all the source, but wouldn't the witches in Africa have all the incentive in the world to not get colonized? Think about it. The colonizers brought with them the religion that many witches today in that region acknowledges the truth. Though don't quote me, LOL. It would stand to reason fighting against them using the power of witchcraft would be of great benefit to maintaining power and influence in the continent. As of today, however, the following countries have banned witchcraft: Algeria, Benin, Burkina Faso, Burundi, Cameroon, Central African Republic, Chad, Democratic Republic of the Congo, Djibouti, Egypt, Equatorial Guinea, Eritrea, Eswatini, Gabon, Gambia, Ghana, Guinea, Ivory Coast, Liberia, Malawi, Mali, Niger, Nigeria, Rwanda, Senegal, Sierra Leone, Somalia, South Africa, Tanzania, Togo, Uganda, Zambia, Zimbabwe. Quite the long list, if you ask me. This is just actual horse water, not gonna lie. Will I actually have to explain why this makes little to no sense at all? Stars are just heaps of gas particles continuously combusting through nuclear fusion. They have no known properties that affect people, specifically due to their orientation relative to the Earth and its axis, and the only thing I can think of is that they may give people more cancer, but that's it. I don't think the spirits at play would care about how pretty the night sky is, but I don't think that because I don't think they exist. And things that don't exist lack a capacity to care. Of all the reasons, I think this is the most valid, but only on the basis of internal consistency. You make stuff up, then you can give any reason you want. I can't disprove negative energies or the insufficiency of materials as confidently as with other more esoteric claims that revolve around a misunderstanding of physics. Just get good. No basis in reality, karma would, in practice, be an incredibly subjective and complex system of tallies that no singular person can really keep track of long term. Because karma revolves around morality more often than ethics, it breaks down the same way morals do. Just get good. It's an excuse for newbies, but not for the claimed gurus or papas. One of the more convenient excuses: become delusional enough to believe, then allow your cognitive bias to imprint invalid results onto what happens in reality. A win-win situation, isn't it? But yeah, no. This fails in a controlled environment. Prove the higher power, then we can talk. No proof, no dice. Another just get good. But I believe that the reasons presented are insufficient to explain the apparent lack of results.
Hey, you didn't even create a bit for me. That isn't very cash money of you. Also, you barely if at all talked about a furka. Maybe if the video does well, you should make a more focused deep dive.
You're right. My bad. I just don't want people to feel like I am attacking them. Do not get me wrong. I am or have been in contact with people suggesting that these things do work. And that they are real. And I have not been able to, whether it is due to prior commitments or what have you, investigate all of the claims presented to me sufficiently enough to disprove or even offer an extensive alternative to the phenomena experienced. People do indeed tout these experiences for a reason, and it is disingenuous to refute all of their claims sweepingly. However, my refusal to be unfair is not enough to believe them either. You think you're magic, know a wizard? Ask them to prove it properly. Get organized and actually record, document, and prove this apparently underutilized form of influencing our environment. But I would like to conclude that it is not with a crystal ball that I talk with you all, but with machines that use the understanding we possess of the physical world to bring my opinions to you. I hope you listened all the way, and I hope you have a nice rest of your day.